And also, by the way, Lil Baby, I know that you like Forgiato rims, by the way. I know this is besides the point, but those rims, I do not mess with. Those rims on your Urus, like, I would suggest changing it to like a 5-spoke or something else. Those rims look ugly as hell. Alright, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Gwops, and I'm back with another video, bring you guys yet another sneaker review here on the channel. And as you guys can see from the title, I'm actually bringing you guys the Off-White Air Force 1 MCA. I almost forgot the name there for a second. I was about to call these the University Blues for a second, or the UNCs, but these are the MCAs. Now, this is from a different seller. Now, this seller did reach out to me on Instagram, and they go by the name of zingshoes.ru, and very nice people. Now, I had to do a little bit of negotiating to get this shoe because I'm starting to get to the point where like I want to do like the shoes that's like on my bucket list, and like on the shoes that like I actually want, that I never actually had a chance to get. So like after a little bit of negotiating, like they were able to hook me up with these to review here on the channel, and I have a lot of nice things to say about them. Alright, you guys already know the drill. I'm actually going to get into the sneaker. I'm going to get into everything you need to know about this, the delivery time, like how the sneakers are, like how good the quality is, go over every single detail on the sneaker, at least that I can see from like my recording, and I'm gonna wrap it all up with my rating, and like of course shout out to people that sent me this shoe. Now, first things first, it did come double boxed with DHL packaging, and it did come in the mail in I think 7 days, and this was before the Chinese New Year, because it was delivered on February 2nd. So this was delivered by then in about 7 days after like they sent me like everything like before they shipped it out. So it took about 7 days, and it didn't come damaged at all. The box was beautiful. It came in that beautiful all white Air Force 1 box, the same one that came with my Travis Scott Air Force 1s, and you guys can see like that little faint color or like that faint reflective detail on the Force and the Air Force 1 that's on top of the box. You guys also see the size tag that's on the side. I did get this in a size 11. And funny thing, it actually says University Blue on the side, but they called it the MCA. I actually need to do some digging to actually see why they called it that, but other than that, it also says Air Force 1 07 Virgil, which I believe the Air Force 1 was made in earlier years, I think before 07, but we'll just run with that. And opening up the box, opening up the slide out Air Force 1 box, it comes with a whole bunch of stuff. Now, not only did it come with the MCA Off-White Air Force 1s, it also came with some socks from them. It came with a Hong Kong receipt. That stuff isn't really important, but I do appreciate that. And it also came with StockX tags and some StockX stickers, and also the StockX like verification paper that it normally comes with. Now, it did come a little bit ripped because like they had to stuff all this stuff inside the box, and it also came with the hang tag, but we'll get to that in a second. But now getting into the shoes are beautiful. These are like one of my favorite Air Force 1s, or like my favorite Off-Whites in general out of the whole entire Off-White lineup that we received over like the past 4 years now, and for good reason. It's an all over blue, University Blue Air Force 1, and obviously Virgil Abloh had to like take the Nike swoosh off and then like stitch on his own, and also keep the little peripheral holes where the old Nike swoosh was, and then place it with like a smaller one, and I'm gonna get back to that in a second. But everything about this is beautiful, and that University Blue all over, and on the midsole, the outsole, all over, and with that exposed foam on the collar, like it's beautiful. And now generally everything about this shoe is basically exactly the same as a regular Air Force 1. The only detail is obviously the Off-White branding that's on the medial side, which also says Off-White for Nike, Beaverton, Oregon, USA, 1982, which was, I believe, when the Air Force 1 was created. Yeah, and I was right, because there was no way the Air Force 1 was first made in 2007 when players in the 80s was wearing it. So I was right about that. But going back into the shoe, like it does have like that same Nike swoosh that I did talk about just a minute ago. And one thing that I do want to mention is that it's like a, how can I put it, like a styrofoam, or like maybe like a fabric sort of feel to it. Like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's not like your regular leather Nike swoosh. Like, they use a different material for this, but I can't quite put my finger around it yet. But one thing that is also notable is like this little red tag, or like this little red square that's on the back like where the rear of the Nike swoosh is on both sides. Now I have no idea what that is for. I don't know, but I think that's really more of like a prototype design or some type of touch. I'm not necessarily sure, but hey, if it works, it works. Moving on to the midsole, the only thing different about this midsole is that it does have air in quotation marks, like actually right next to the regular air where the air unit is on the midsole. Now, I think what they should have done for this one is to keep the regular Air Force One midsole with the stars and everything. Don't change it. All they should have done was just remove the air that's like embolded in the midsole, and then keep the air in quotation marks and then replace it with that, and I think that would have been a better touch. But hey, at least we know for sure there's an air unit inside of here because it's an Air Force One. Moving on to the tongue and also the collar, all of it is replaced with exposed foam. Now they did remove the padding and like the leather foam or like the leather material that you would see on regular Air Force Ones and replace it with the exposed foam. Now it does feel a lot softer, but it will crease up and like you will like, you know, crease up the collar a little bit, but hey, it's a trade-off. And while I'm up here on the tongue, the shoe did come with an additional pair of laces and the University Blue laces. Now, I did see pictures of the University Blue laces swapped with the white ones that does come with it, and I'm also going to get back to that in a second. Now, I think the white ones do look better than the University Blue pair of laces that it does come with, because I think it will be too much blue, and honestly, I'm not ready to get shot walking down the street in the wrong neighborhood if I'm having the blue laces on with an all blue sneaker like this. So yeah, I think the white laces will be good enough. And also, you can also see on both the shoelaces, it does say shoelaces in quotation marks. Now on the white pair, it does have University Blue shoelaces in quotation marks, while the University Blue laces have white shoelaces in quotation marks. Moving on to the insoles. Now the only thing different about this pair that's different from regular Air Force Ones is that they have the Nike logo on the heel, and they also have the Off-White Arrows logo screen printed on the heel on both the insole on the inside of the sneakers. And here's some close-ups for you guys so you can see it. Overall, the shoe is beautiful. Here's one last look at the midsole. Like, as you guys can see, the off-white branding behind the Nike swoosh. And overall, the shoe is beautiful. Also, one last thing, I forgot to talk about the Nike Air tag that's on the tongue. Now, it's usually on the top. They instead moved it to the side, on either the left side if it's on the left sneaker, and the right side if it's on the right sneaker. And I think that's a good touch, because most of the time it does tend to slide to the left or the right when like you try to lace them up and then wear them throughout the day. So that is a good touch that I like. And it did come with the red off-white zip tie for the MCA University Blue Air Force Ones from Off-White. Now, I did already put them in, and I'm glad that I did, because it looks a lot better this way. But what it reads on the back is, it's in all black, and it reads Off-White CO Nike 2017 zip tie in quotation marks. And what I did is that I put it on the second to the first shoelace hole, or like the shoelace that you lace them up at, and I put it in between that sneaker lace. And really, it looks better this way than having it go all the way to the bottom and have it drag on the floor and everything. So overall, I think it looks a lot better with the zip tie. On the back heel on both the sneakers, there's like this little large vertical panel that's stitched over the Nike logo that's in University Blue, and you can see it embolded over like the little leather piece that's stitched on, and that's on both sneakers. Now, I forgot that was even a feature. I forgot that I even looked that over when I was doing the voiceover, but still, that's a nice off-white touch, and that's so Virgil Abloh to do. Now, wrapping this video up, this shoe is beautiful. I absolutely love this sneaker that Zing Shoes RU sent to me and gifted for me to make this video for you guys. And overall, I don't see any flaws whatsoever. And it's really scary that a replica shoe like this that's only like $140, $150 have this better quality over like the retail versions that I've seen. And it's really, really beautiful to see, and that people can get it a lot cheaper without having to pay like the additional like $900 to like $1,000 for resale for this sneaker, because I think that's what it's going for. And really, the only flaw that I've seen, or the only flaw that I thought I've seen, was when you look at the outer swoosh, on both the sneakers or like on the swooshes, like you see it's a university blue stitch and then it changes to like a lighter blue. I thought that was a flaw at first, but then I looked at Google photos and that's actually like how it's supposed to be. So I'm glad I corrected myself and caught that before I actually did this video. But really, overall, the shoe is beautiful and I give it a 10 out of 10 because this shoe is beautiful and I can't wait to rock this because it's already getting warm outside in March in Illinois, and it just turned 55 degrees today, on close to the 60-degree mark, and I can't wait to wear this when I have to like run out or like go to like the store or something, or at least go to a restaurant or a sit down restaurant. But with that being said, I want to thank zingshoes.ru for sending me this, and all their info will be down in the description down below. Also, their website and their Instagram is on screen right now so you guys can see it. Now, they are a smaller company compared to like the others that I've worked with, but I suggest giving them a try as well because this quality is top notch. But with that being said, this your boy Gwop. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're new, and I'm out, bruh.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.